Hello! Let's solve a rational equation. This is a rational equation because we have the variable in the numerator and in the denominator. First thing we are going to do is to find common denominator for the whole equation, so that way we could get rid of the denominators. To find the common denominator, we need to factorize all the denominators so that we can choose the lowest common multiple of all the denominators. If we want to factorize these denominators, remember that there are three main ways. The first is to extract common factor, and here I can't. The second is using special products. In this case, this is a special product, and this comes from the product of a sum times a subtraction. And the third way, I will use it here, which is Ruffini's rule, because here I cannot use the other two methods available. So I write the coefficients, -1 and -2. And I'm going to try to find the roots of this polynomial. Remember that I have to try with the divisors of the independent term. Let's try, for example, with 1, which is the divisors here are 1, -1, 2, and -2. I try first of all with 1. 1 times 1 equals 1. This is 3. 3 times 1 equals 3. 3 minus 1, 2. 2 times 1 equals 2, and the remainder is 0. So this means that if I divide my polynomial by x minus 1, this is the result, and this is the remainder. So this is a root of the polynomial. Then I'm going to try, if I try with 1 again, I won't have 0 as a remainder. Now we have to try with -2. Oh, sorry, with -1. 1, -1, 2, -2, and 0. And lastly, I have to try with -2. -2 and 0. Now, 1, -1, and -2 are roots of this polynomial. So because of the factors theorem, I can factorize this polynomial like this. Every factor will be x minus 1 of the roots. All right? And now I cannot factorize this polynomial anymore because it is a first degree polynomial and I cannot extract common factor. So now I know that my common denominator, I have 3 different factors with no exponents. I have to take all of them. And here it is. And now let's find equivalent fractions with this denominator. If I divide this by this, the result is x plus 2 times 1, x plus 2, minus, I divide this by this, the result is 1. You just have to you have to multiply 1 by this, but be careful because this negative sign affects to all the numerators. So it would be -x plus 1. And here, if I divide by x plus 2, I obtain this times 1. So x minus 1 times x plus 1. Now I can get rid of the denominators because they have the same one, right? And I can write this equals x squared. I'm going to use the distributive property here, plus x minus 1, right? Now I obtain x minus x cancels out, this is 3, and x squared, this cancels out as well, x minus x equals 0, minus 1. So x squared equals 4, and x equals square root of 4, which is positive and -2. But I have to check if these solutions are both valid. And they are not. Why not? Because if I plug in -2 in the denominators that I have at the beginning, here I would obtain 0. And I cannot divide 1 by 0 because I wouldn't obtain a real solution, a real number as a solution. All right? The result would approach to infinity. And since we are working with real numbers, I cannot use negative 2 as a solution. So the only solution would be 2. Because if I try here, there's no problem with 2 and no problem with 2. So this is the final answer. I hope you understood. Go on working. Bye.